Hi, this recording is for PowerPoint 3A simulation. You'll notice for my simulation, I'm going to do launch all. We go 3.1 through 3.12. Then for some reason we go 16, 15, 14, 13, and 17. So to keep the launch all as it is, and that's the easiest way to do it, I'm just going to follow that order. So I click launch all. So we want to change the theme colors for our entire presentation. So we're going to be working in the design section of our ribbon, where we looked at themes earlier. We're going to look at variants this time. So a variant is something that changes the look of a preset theme. And this time we want to change the color. So we go to the More button, again our line, our horizontal line with our down arrow under it. And we go to Colors, and in the next two exercises we're going to look at fonts and background styles. So this one we want to change it to green, so we go to Colors, go over to the dialog box, and we go 2, 4, 6, 8 down for green. And now we have the green. So for 3.2, we're going to change the fonts. So same area we're going to go to, Design. We have themes here, variants. We're going to go to More button and variants. We're going to go to Fonts. And we want to go to Trebuchet MS, which is the last option in this menu. We click it, and we've changed our font. Now we're going to change the background styles with a new one. So we want Style 2, Design, Variants again. Background styles is our last option. And we want Style 2, which is the second column, first row. We highlight over it, and we see Style 2. And we've applied it. Now we're being told to move to slide 5. And we're going to do a similar thing. It says in slide 5 from the background styles gallery, apply style 11. So we can go to the More button, background styles, and style third column, third row. And I did that error on purpose, because you can't just click the icon to change the background style for one slide by just clicking, because it wants to do the whole slide. So the way we really do it is go More button, background styles, third column, first third row. We hover over, we see style 11. Now we right click, and we're going to apply to selected slides. And we see just that slide changed. We're going to hide the background graphics on slide 2 and leave the task pane open. So we're going to go to slide 2. And I'm going to do right click and format background. And that brings up the format background dialog box. And we're going to hide our graphic. We do so by going under fill. We see solid fill, gradient fill, which we're going to have an exercise on. We're going to have exercise on picture and texture. But this time, we're going to have one for color and transparency. But this time we want to just hide the background graphic. So we click the tick, and our question is complete. With our format background still open, we want to change the background fill color of slide 1 with the second color in the third column, and do not close the dialog box. So we click on slide 1, and then slide sorter. We're going to go to color, which is our paint can. We want the second color in the third column, which is tan background 2, darker 10%. And on to slide 3.06. Now we have to choose three slides, 2, 3, and 4, and apply the recycled texture at the same time. So if we just click and drag, we can select all three. In Windows though, we can choose one, use the Control key and click the second and the third. Or we can click the first in a series, hit the Shift key and do the fourth. But for us, I want us to use the click because we may at times have to do things with images or slides or lists or anything, applications, files that we need to do not in order. So let's click the first, hold down our Control key, click second, hold down our Control key and click third. And then we want the recycled paper texture. So in fill and format background, we're going to do picture or texture fill. And we want texture, which is right under picture source and right above transparency. So we click the more button. And the recycled paper is this one right here in the fourth column, third row. Now we've changed the look of those three slides at one time. We're going to hide the background graphics as we did earlier on slide 6. Even though nothing is really showing there, it wants us to do it. And that little line that was under there got away. And now we want to apply the image from PowerPoint Chapter 6, folder P03A. And to do so, we're going to click the Picture or Text Fill Radio button. We're going to go to Picture Source and hit Insert. And we can do it from icons, from an online picture, from a stock image, which is open source pictures that we can download from providers as long as we get the right to do so. But this time we want one that's on our computer, so we're going to do from a file. And the P03A Hills picture, and hit Insert. And we see we have a nice pretty black background. We want to change the transparency of this picture to 10%. That's in our format background. Right under texture, we have transparency, and we just tick it up to 10. I think the last step for 3.7 is to change the style of our title content placeholder. So that's not in this format shape, but we need the full shape format option when we click to choose the title placeholder. So there's shape format. And we're going to go to shape styles, which is to the left of the shape format menu option. We click the more button, and we want the second style in the fourth row. And that's this one, subtle effect green accent 1. And 3.7 is complete. Now on slide 5, we want to reset the background. So we're going to go to slide 5. And our reset the background is at the bottom of our format background dialog box. Where this reset background button, where my mouse is now, I just click it and we've reset it. And now we want to close this dialog box. We do so with the X. And we're on to 3.9. We're going to do animations now and how to play animations. An animation is the way to visually have something appear to move into our presentation and not just sit on a slide. And that work can be found right here in animations from our banner. So remember, home, insert, draw, design, transitions. Transitions are how one slide changes into another. Animations are something specific on a slide that does some kind of action. So animations. So we want on slide 3 to use the fly-in animation, third row, first column under entrance to the bulleted list placeholder. So I'm going to choose my placeholder by clicking anywhere inside the list. And it wants fly-in, which is appearing here for us. But if we hit the more button, we see none and entrance. So we're going to choose fly in, which is the first row, third column. And we're going to change the direction of how this will fly in. We do so in effect options, which is in the animation section of the animation menu item in our ribbon. So we hit more, and we have from bottom. So the text would come up from the bottom left, from the bottom right, but we want from the top. So we were told to go to slide 3 now and select the picture. In the animation group, click more, and then below the gallery, click more entrance effect and choose fade. So we're going to use the, even though fade's here, it wants us to use the more option. And under entrance, we're going to use fade, which is our second option. And on slide 3, we're going to do the same to our title, and we'll use the fade that's presented to us right off. That's 3:9. So 3:10, we're going to change the order of how animation works. So on slide 3, we're going to have the title placeholder be animated first. So that's not inherently available to us, but here's what we do. We're going to click our title placeholder, and we're going to click move earlier 2 times. And now we've made it go first. Now on slide 3, we want the title to start immediately after the slide transition. So we're going to click the title, and we're going to use the down arrow next to the start. So we have start, duration, and delay. Start will tell us when to start an animation. Duration will tell us how long the animation will last. Delay will give us a delay before the animation starts and then hits our duration. So here we want to hit the down arrow or the more arrow and choose after previous. So now we want to do a similar thing, but this time we want to choose the picture in slide 3 and have that start before the previous animation, which is the option right above. Now we're being told to go to slide 1, and we want to choose our fly-in option with our title placeholder. So we can highlight the title placeholder by clicking on it. We'll just do fly-in that's available to us from the ribbon. And we're going to do from top again with an effect option. So we go over to effect options, hit the more button, and we're going to go from top, which is the 5th option. Still on slide 1, we want to set the animation applied to the title to start after previous. So we have title still highlighted. We go back to start, and we hit the down arrow, and we're going to go after previous. So that's 3:11. Now we're going to set the duration of the animation we just applied to 7.75. So duration is right under start, and we can hit the tick up once for 7.5. Now we want to change the animation for the subtitle. Remember, this was the title. Our subtitle is Parks, Trails, Scenic Routes in Pacifica Bay. So we want fade, which is our third option from animation. We want it to be after previous, as our instructions say. Set the animation applied to the placeholder after previous. So back to our start and after previous. And now we want to delay this animation by 0.5. So under the 0.75, we see delay. We tick it up twice to 0.50, and 3.12 is done. Now here's where things get a little wishy-washy. As we see on slide 1, we already have a video inserted into our slide. Now we're going to do that in a, I think 3.13 exercise, but we'll format the video since it's here now. So notice we have video format and playback when the video is highlighted. So I'm going to unhighlight it, no menu options, highlight it, and we have options. So we're going to format, so that really tells us go right to video format. And we have our options to play, adjust, styles, and what it brings, arrange, and stuff with cropping to make it bigger or smaller. Excuse me. So we want to use the slide, for slide 1, format the picture with drop shadow rectangle. So that's a video style. We find that right above, slightly to the left of our slide. Excuse me again. We use the more button, and we want subtle, second row, last style, which is this one, drop shadow rectangle. And now we're going to change the shape, much like we did the picture in the 2A simulation. We're going to go to video shape. We're going to go to rectangles, and rounded rectangle is our second choice. So we'll click it, and 3.16 is done. Now we're being told to change the height of our video to 1.8. So we're going to select our video, which is already selected for you. We're going to go to video format, and for our height, we're going to type 1.8 and enter. We're being told to align this center, and then we're going to align middle. And we do the same way we did the pictures in our last simulation. So hit the more button for align, and go align center, and then back to align and align middle. And now we've changed the height and alignment of the video. And like I said, this ordering will drive us crazy. Now we're going to insert that video we just manipulated. So we're going to go back to slide 1, and we don't see the shortcuts on this slide for inserting a video. So we should know to go to insert. Our video option will be all the way to our right of our ribbon under video. So we click the bottom of the radio button to bring up more. And we can insert a video from online sources, sources that were given video rights to put on a presentation. In this case, we want this device, so we'll click that. We'll click the video, and we'll go insert. And we're going to play it. This is our play feature. So we have play, rewind, fast forward, and mute. And our question's done. Now going back to animations, and I'm sorry about this, we're going to use the animation painter. And what painters do in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint is they copy the formatting of the one thing we choose and apply it to another. So we're going to go to slide 3. We're going to click on our bulleted list where we see 1, 2, 3. It's highlighted with the dotted dash and the circles around it. We go directly above it to advanced animation and tick animation painter. We go down to slide 4. We see our paintbrush, and we just click inside the content placeholder with our 5 bulleted list. And it's changed. Now we're going to do the same thing with the pictures on slide 3 and 4. We go back to slide 3. We click the picture. We choose Animation Painter. We go down to slide 4. And we apply it. And it didn't take. So let me do it again. Picture, Animation Painter. There's my paintbrush. Slide 4 and apply. Now on slide 3, we want to remove the animation from the title placeholder. So let's get back to slide 3. Click the title placeholder, which has "It's a Great Way to Do," Won't do. and we go back to animation, and we're going to choose none. So that will remove the fade animation we put in previously. So our last exercise, 317, is going to have us manipulate the window a little more, really dealing with the size of it, and we do so in playback in our backstage view. So our first option says, use the edit time box to trim the video on slide 1 to 9.425. So we're going to go to playback. We're going to go to trim video. And in this dialog box, we see start time, the rewind, fast forward and play, and end time. So I put my cursor after the 9, click, delete the 709 and put in 425, and I'll hit OK. And now we're going to compress this video to standard quality, and that's nowhere in our video menus. We have to actually go to our backstage view where we had printed last week. So we're going to go to File, and we see compressed media right in our detail section of our slide. So we're going to click it. We're going to choose standard 480p, and it's going to compress it. And when we're done, we hit close. And our last option will tell us when to start the video. So we're still have our video highlighted. We have the playback option chosen where we see start from the video options. We're going to click the more button where it says in click sequence, and we're going to go automatically, and we can submit our assignment. Thank you. Hope this helps everyone. Bye.